Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, how many times have you actually looked back at some of your old work when you've messed up a bit and thought, why did I mess up? What happened? What did I do wrong? And probably never really managed to suss it out and carried on going until you got better, and eventually you got better. What if I told you there was a better way to do that, learn quicker, and actually know where it is you're progressing and where you're getting stuck? What I've done is I've devised a plan for this exact reason. And the reason is basically a bit of a backstory is that I had some unhappy customers back in the day when I wasn't able to give them the images or give them the result that they wanted. And this was down to lack of knowledge, being a bit ignorant, and not being able to do, utilize my gear and my experience, because I didn't have that much, but I wasn't quite sure what it was that was stopping me. So what I then decided to do was take some time out, be honest with myself, and write a plan down and say, where is it that I've gone wrong? And what I basically want to do is share that experience, share the plan with you, and we're going to go through it together, just so we can understand how it works and how it can help you to, help you develop and be a better photographer, be a better person, and grow a lot quicker than you probably would in any other way, perhaps. So let's get straight in. This is actually going to be broken up into 6 different categories. The first one is vision. Then we go into the thought process. We then go into tools, image, process, and then the final image. The last one is kind of self-explanatory, but we'll go into it in a bit more detail. Now we're going to break this down into 3 more categories from here. It can get broken down furthermore, but I'm not going to go into that much detail for you guys today. I'm going to try to keep it light and brief because I don't want to spend half an hour talking about this stuff. Right, so vision, what does it actually mean? Vision basically means whatever you have at any one moment, and this could be any moment. For me, it happens in the shower. It could happen when you're out for a walk, going for a drive, talking to a friend. It's this kind of like epiphany that you have, a vision that you have. Could be based on inspiration, could be based on a location, location from a recce that you've just been to, or something that you've always just wanted to do. You've had this vision that I really want to do something, and this is what I want to do. Could be based on any one of these factors. There's many more, but I'm just breaking it down nice and simple just to give you an idea. The thought process is basically moving on to the second step on how we can further develop the first step. So the logistics of this now, what do we need to do this? The planning of this, how do we plan what we need for this? How do we get there? How do we contact people? How do we do whatever it is we need to do? And your own actual ability to do the process. Can I do what I really want to do? If not, what's stopping me? And then take it to the next step from there. Next step is tools. Tools are going to be various here, for photographers and stuff. It's cameras, lenses, filters, bags, and that kind of stuff, to clothing and footwear. So you're going to be, let's break it down a little bit more. So from tools, if you go back a bit, we've had our vision. Let's say the vision is we want to do a mountain trek, and not a mountain trek like a Munro in Scotland somewhere. A famous one is Bullockheath Moor. When you get higher up on the mountain on the opposite side, you get a nice snowy shot. That's the vision that we've got. Nothing wrong with it. That's fine. And then we think about the process. We know how we're going to get there. We know that we can get there. We're going to stay at night. And I've got the ability. I can trek. I've got a nice tripod. And then we look at the tools. Now, do I have a camera that can actually withstand those conditions? What if it rains? What if it snows? What if I don't have a waterproof casing for it? What if my lenses start to all, get wet and the water starts leaking into my camera? What do I do? But what about my bag? Have I got a small enough bag or a big enough bag to carry what I want to carry? Do I have waterproof clothing and footwear that's going to help me go up in this snowy weather? Am I going to stay warm while I'm going to wait for the sunset or whatever the shot's going to be? Or am I going to be wet and miserable and hoodie the shot after all that hike? It's not going to be worth it. So this is where you need to think about the ability and the clothing and the gear, and you see how it's all working together now, right? From there we talk about the image. So we've done all that, we've got to the place. Is it the right conditions? Is it what we want it to be? Have we done our research on the weather app to know what the sunrise is going to be like? We haven't got rain or snow and it's a beautiful cracking color in the sky. Is the location right? Is that the right mountain you should be at? Are you high enough? Are you too low? Are you too high? Have you got the right settings in the camera? Do you know what you're doing with it? And ability to do this right there. Are you in the right mindset? You're not hooding things, you're all good, everything's working as it should be. Yeah, moving on to the next step. You've come back home. We're talking about the process now. How do we get the shot that we've seen? Have we got the right software and the hardware? Have we got subscription to maybe Photoshop, or have we got GIMP, or have you got Phase 1, Capture One, or whichever software that is you want to use to get the shot that you want to get? Have you got the hardware to do this? So have you got a nice, decent enough laptop? Have you got a computer? Have you got the ability to edit the shot? So have you taken a long exposure and taken it bracketed perhaps, and do you know how to now mask it and put in different layers to get the finished result? And have you got a strong enough computer to handle all this processing power? You know, can you handle big raw data? If you've got a really high megapixel camera, have you got the right have you got the enough storage, enough backups on there to do all this sort of stuff? So it all falls into place. And if you have all these things, when you've got to the final image, is your vision close to what you wanted it to be? You know, whatever it is you had in head. If it isn't, go back and have a think about why it probably wasn't. Backtrack yourself and have a look at where it is you think you went wrong. Again, be honest with yourself. No ignorance over here. There's nothing to be, you know, too proud about. Just be honest with yourself. Okay, you know what? I went out with a crappy camera. It wasn't waterproof. We had a bit of rain and the camera wouldn't start again. You know, my lens got too wet. Now it won't focus, or it's all fogged up, or it's wet on the inside. Whatever the reason might be, once you know the reason, you know what to do. For me, the two reasons were shooting ability. I didn't have the knowledge, and I didn't have the camera or the lenses. So for me, the thought process and the tools, those were the last two where I had to stop and say, okay, what do I do from here? I got onto Creative Live, where I did a lot of live courses, learned a lot from there, took notes, and started going out with fellow photographers, starting to learn things from them. I started to do free shoots for some companies where I wanted to benefit. Don't forget, it's a mutual agreement. I told them I'm doing this for learning. If you're happy with the images, you can keep them. If not, there's no harm, and they were happy with this. So this is why I did a lot of free shoots to learn and develop. If you're not quite sure what I mean, I'll talk about it in a bit more detail in a video just over here. So click on this side and you can talk about it there. I talk about it there. And then I just moved forward, took my time out, took 2 years out and did what I did, came back, and I was very confident. I'm better where I am, and I'm still learning this to move forward. And that's how the process goes, guys. You got to persevere, you got to be patient. Now, I'm going to end this video just here because I don't want to drag it out too long. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, do consider subscribing. If you got any feedback, any comments, leave them in the comment section below. I will leave a link for this presentation in the description, so you can download it and use it as you go along. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until the next video, guys, stay safe, peace out, I'll chat to you guys soon. Bye.